In this video, we'll break it down how to break into the world of high ticket sales. You probably might not even know what the fuck this is. You think it's something else that it's not. You think it's selling tickets that are expensive, and that's wrong. I'm gonna take you through this whole fucking glorious path here. All the trials, tribulations, ups and downs. It's gonna be a fucking roller coaster, but it's better you know it's a roller coaster than go into this thinking this is gonna be easy and then quit and be a normie. So I'm gonna show you how to not do that. Step one, what is it? You need to know what it is if you're gonna do it, right? So high ticket sales, stupid simple terms. You are selling an expensive thing for online businesses and you're taking the Zoom calls because the business owner doesn't have time to take those calls. That is what it is. That is it. There's a couple different things you can sell. I'll get into that in a little bit more here as far as breaking into this. So this is like a sales job. You're just selling different things. You need to go through some training, right? So when I first got into high ticket sales and went through a little bit of training, I was poor as fuck. So about 5.5, almost 6 years ago, I watched The Psychology of Sales by Brian Tracy, and the free audiobook was on YouTube. So it's like 3 hours long. Hopefully it's still up there because I didn't want to pay $10 for that book because I was poor as fuck. Then I actually did buy the book, The Way of the Wolf by Jordan Belfort, because I thought Wolf of Wall Street was like what sales was. Like every fucking bro that was 18 probably thought that. Not a bad book. Looking back at it, you should read Never Split the Difference and How to Win Friends and Influence People. Great fucking books, more simple, more complex, but awesome. Then don't spend too much time going through the training. A lot of you guys will get in this fucking hamster wheel of watching YouTube videos for 4 hours a day. That is not productive. That is not working, unless you're watching this video, of course. Then, once you feel minimally competent, as in you're not that terrible, go to find an offer. Because in sales, get your hands dirty, just get reps in. It's gonna be so much more valuable than reading your 100th book. So just don't spend too much time here. Get into this shit, get into actually taking the action. But Garrett, how do I find an offer? Well, you're watching this video, so I'll fucking tell you. So the best way to find an offer is think about these online businesses. Where do they spend time? Fucking online. So they're usually either big personal brands that are posting content or they're running ads. So instead of just scrolling past these ads and being so annoyed every time you skip a YouTube ad or skip an Instagram ad, actually watch them because they're selling shit. And the only way, if you look at the ad, if you actually click on it and you go through their website and stuff, and you see that they're trying to book a call, that means that they have high ticket closers and high ticket setters selling shit. That is high ticket sales. And if you see an ad multiple times, that means it's working. You could also see, if you see these big influencers on YouTube, on Instagram, whatever, they have a little link in bio, click on that link and then see if you go through the website and you do what they tell you to do. If you pop up to a page where you can book a call, they have salespeople. So that's how you go about finding the actual person. Now we're gonna talk about how to actually land an interview, right? And this is crucial. Don't overcomplicate this too heavily. They are a business owner. What they want to do is make a lot of fucking money. They need salespeople. If they're a good business that isn't poor, they're making a lot of money, they're always looking to hire salespeople. If they're not a good enough business for you to sell for anyway. So watch a bunch of ads, look in your YouTube search history. Hopefully it's not that bad. Hopefully you're watching the right shit. Just go into there and anything you see about, fitness stuff or anything that you consume, there's probably a link in a bio with a call. If there is, mark that on a list. Make a list of 100 people. And then when it comes to landing an interview, here's how you're gonna do it. When you go to these 100 different websites, so get their names, get their YouTube profile, their Instagram, their social media, whatever, put the links in the bio, put all those links in there in the Google Sheet, 3 different columns. I want you to go into all 100 of their funnels, as I funnel, just like the website, and you're gonna put in your name, your email, and your phone number. And wait about 15 minutes. And if no one calls you, you need to go on their social media platform and DM them and say, hey, name, I just opted in to your funnel 15 minutes ago and none of your setters called me. I wouldn't let that happen if I was on your sales team. Let me call your leads faster for you because it will make you a ton more money. Are you hiring any setters? Use that message word for word, bar for bar, and send it to 100 fucking people. And I promise you, at least 4 of them will ask you to hop on an interview. As long as you fucking spell words correctly and you can not bullshit and like you actually opt into their funnel and you actually don't get a call, then do it. Don't try to fake this and then not do the work because I get those DMs all the time. I get about 30 DMs a day and 99% of them are fucking terrible, so I just delete all of them. Putting in effort is what's gonna make you stand out. When you land your interview and you find yourself yourself a shitty sales job. And when I talk about landing interviews, I have a whole other YouTube video on this. So once you're done with this video, just check out that one. I'll link it at the end. But I want to preface shitty sales job. You guys remember the movie 8 Mile with Eminem, like Eminem the rapper, right? Like when he started rapping, he wasn't selling out Madison Square Garden with 50,000 people in a stadium and it was fucking crazy. He was with his boys at this shitty fucking factory, freestyling and making fun of people with like 10 people watching. So just how he had like a shitty rapping gig with his buddies and then he got to do all the glorious shit, this is no different in sales. You probably suck. You've never done it before. You're supposed to suck. You're supposed to be inexperienced. You've never done it before. It's your first sales job. You just have to understand that your talent level equals the quality of company that you could sell for, typically. You can try your hardest to get the best company, but it's gonna be the best shitty company. Because if you don't have any experience, 8-figure, 9-figure companies aren't gonna hire you. And that's okay. The goal here is let's get our first bit of experience and then leverage that to get a way better sales role where we can actually make a shit ton of money. The goal in the shitty sales job is to learn and get experience. Once you're stuck in the shitty sales job, let me tell you something about my first shitty sales job. I did about 13 hours, 14 hours of work every day, 6 or 7 days a week for the first month, and I made about $1,700 because it was a commission-only sales job. It was literally below minimum wage if you work out my hours and my pay, and it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Let me explain why. You have 2 paths that you can take here when you start your shitty sales job. Option number 1, do it alone and quit. Option number 2, you can find opportunities and network. That is what I did, and that's why I'm living here to make this video. Find opportunities and network. When you are in your shitty sales job, you can network with the business owner, you can network with the other sales reps on that offer, and you can network with the actual prospects that you speak to. You're speaking to freaking 100, 200 people a day and their business owners. You can network with some of the prospects that you're actually selling to and making money talking to actually build your network too. And what happened was I built my network and I made a bunch of connections, and that's what helped me get a better sales job. But you have to get through the valley of despair. You see, the valley of despair when you're a sales rep, let me tell you something. I don't know a single sales rep in high ticket sales that pushed through for 6 months that isn't making 10, 15 grand a month minimum. If you've actually only done this, you put your head down and said, fuck everything else, fuck drop shipping, fuck Amazon, fuck SMMA, I'm just selling shit. All I have to do is make a person say yes on the phone. That is fucking it. For 6 months of your life. You don't really hang out with your friends, you don't hang out with your girlfriend, you don't talk to your parents, you don't fuck off, you don't travel when you make your first 5K. You just sell all day, every day for 6 months. There is no way you don't make 6 figures in your lifetime in sales. It is impossible. But most people can't go through 6 months of eating shit. And to be frank, it usually is more like 2 months, 3 months. I'm being conservative. So what they do is they do it alone and quit, and then they be a fucking normal. You don't want to be a fucking normal. I know you don't want to be a normal. So let's keep it moving here, right? So you could do it alone and quit, but then you realize you're that fucking guy, and then you find opportunities and network. The goal of this, like I said, is to gain base level skill sets and build your network so that way you can get a better sales job. You just want to build a resume so that a company will know you're not going to be that terrible, and then you can actually get a far better sales job. Because the skill gap from taking your first call ever to your 1,000th call is a world of a difference, and it doesn't take that much time to get there. When you get your better sales job, you find it from the opportunities and the network, right? Think of it this way. With Eminem in 8 Mile, he was freestyling outside the factory with his factory coworkers. Then what happens? Now he's on this like sold out show that his boys ran, and he literally won everything, and then he became literally Eminem that was going on tours all over the world. It only happened because he got credibility from freestyling at that place to then making it up a little bit into this underground shows that he was doing, and he went from not even being able to speak on stage to literally winning the fucking championship of rap, I don't know how it works, and then becoming what he became today. It's only because he had that shitty sales job, right? That shitty first rap job to be able to gain the experience to do dope shit. This is how it works here. When you get a better sales job, I'm telling you, the difference in selling for a company in high ticket sales that makes sub 100 grand a month versus companies that make $500,000 a month to $1 million a month. And I know these numbers may sound big to you, but you just need to think bigger. No more small boy stuff. You're selling for a company that does $500,000 to $1 million a month. It's so easy to make 10, 15, 20 grand a month based on sheer math. If a business is doing $500,000 a month, closers get paid 10% commission in high ticket sales, which means paying out 50 grand a month. And a $500,000 a month sales team might have 3 closers, maybe 4. So it's not hard to pull out 12 grand. It's like 12 and a half grand like per rep, right? It's basic math. And that's where you get to the part of actually making money. Through all of this, you have to continually do training, go through books, go through YouTube videos. And at this point, when you're making some change in like your shitty sales job, I would highly recommend paying to get access to a network with training and opportunities, because that's what's gonna help propel you forward to actually get this better sales job in the first place. That's just gonna like expedite the process of making a lot of money. How do I know that? Because I almost became a fucking normie. I did it alone and I did quit. I literally just hated the sales job. I thought sales wasn't for me and I quit. I literally got a job at fucking Olive Garden and I did work nights at a factory. I thought the sales wasn't my path because I wasn't really making that great of money. I was working all these long hours and everyone in my life told me I was fucking crazy and I should just quit and give up. So I did for a month. And then my buddy called me and told me, hey, you're that guy, pal. I realized I was that guy. And then I found an opportunity in network. I got into this network with a tons of different opportunities. I found one of those opportunities. I got the better sales job and I started making a shit ton of money. When I got to this point, it was the most surreal feeling of my life. I've had months where I've made 100 grand, 120 grand a month. Nothing felt better than this first 10, 15 grand. Making that first 10, 15 grand a month is so fucking life-changing. You can like pay for meals and not look at the price. You can just go grocery shopping and not think about it. You can book a flight and not give a fuck. It's odd. It's like money becomes not real. It's like everything that's sub $300 is just like free now. Like literally breaks your brain. And the coolest part about high ticket is you can travel. Like you have a lot of freedom. So I started like adjusting my calendar. I would start going to San Diego. I'd start going to Miami. I would start going to Puerto Rico. I would start traveling way more, and I was still just taking calls because I live in America. The time zone's different, kind of no matter where you're at. The time zone's not that much different no matter where you're at. So I was traveling, I was making money, I was saving a shit ton of money. I went from $1,000 in the bank to like 50 grand in the bank, like really fast. And then I started meeting and networking with people in person, and I built my whole friend circle of other high ticket closers or different online business owners really fast. And I went from having a friend group of a bunch of broke college kids that just smoked weed and fucked off all day to a bunch of friends that make 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 grand a month in the span of like 6 months. Because I was traveling, I was networking with people, I was stacking cash, I was taking sales calls, and I had the freedom to do so. I hope this video is the turning point for you. It makes you realize it's time to put your pedal to the metal, start doing your first bit of training, find your first offer. You are one offer away from changing the entire trajectory of your fucking life. I say this because I care about you and I want you to win, because I had so many limiting beliefs stuck in my brain before I got into this, and this is what broke them. Because there's something about making 10K a month as a closer is you're actually making that business owner $100,000 a month because you're on 10% commission. And you start doing the math, and you're like, damn, we have 3 closers on this team. We did $80,000 in sales today. Holy shit, how big is the world? Like, if this is normal and all these closers are making all this money, that means these business owners are making a fuck ton of money. The world is so abundant. And that's what shifted my belief, was seeing the payment processor that we close deals on, seeing 30, 40, 50, 60, $100,000 in a day, broke my brain and changed my life. So that's it for this video. I want you guys to comment below any questions you have about breaking into high ticket sales, and I'll go in and answer all of them. That's it for this video. Don't forget to watch the video on how to crush it in sales interviews. So that way you land the interview and you start that first shitty sales job or the better sales job to make money sales job.